Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The future's leaders are moving slow. I'll request them to move a little fast. Come on, I think lunch was too heavy. Come on, get up and move. Once again, very good afternoon to all of you. Our respected Dr. Anand, Mr. Ajay Dikshit, and our guest today in India, Mr. Peterson. All the dignitaries who are present today in this hall, and as my colleague said here, all future leaders. These future leaders, for me, they are cadets today, and they'll be captains of the industry within coming years, maybe 10, 12 years now onwards. So future captains and future leaders are supposed to be swift in their actions. Let me give a little brief about myself. Currently, I'm serving this PSU Navratna Company Shipping Corporation of India. I joined this company as a cadet in 1990. 14 years out at sea services, from cadet to the master of the ship. 2004, I changed over to the shore management. And today I am as a CMD of this company. Why I am giving this brief introduction about myself? Because the topic is related to oil spills. And the shipping plays a major role in transporting oils, whatever the import is coming to India in form of the crude oil, then that is being refined in Indian refineries, then it moves from the refinery to consuming areas. So the ships and the shipping at large, it plays a very, very critical, very vital role in this entire our economy. Nearly 80% of the cargo is moved by shipping, and especially oil, nearly 100% is moved by the ships. Nothing moves by the aircraft. So the role of shipping in this entire economy of the country is very critical. We have the shore-based agencies and oil field also. They play their roles. I'll take you through how this shipping industry has evolved over the years. I'll give you my own experience so that you'll be able to relate this. See, earlier, say 3 decades back, we used to carry the crude oil from Persian Gulf to India. Ships used to be the single hull. When I say the single hull, between the ocean, between the seawater and the cargo oil tank, there is a thick plate, say 16 to 18 mm thick plate. That is the only barrier. Because of any reason, if this give way, this get, because of the accident or the age problem, then this entire oil, crude oil, goes to the sea. Subsequently, there were many serious marine accidents, which I'll share some photographs towards the end of my speech. Then industry learned out of this experience. The oil tankers, then design was converted to double hull. When we say double hull tankers and double hull other cargo tanks vessel also, today cargo tanks where the oil is stored for the transportation is covered on the sides and at the bottom with the water ballast tanks. So in case of any failure of the structure or in case of any accident, maybe grounding or the collision of the ships, then there is a very good probability this oil will not escape into the sea. And this, whatever the learning happens in this industry, this is all controlled, governed by IMO. Shipping is really in international means also, and it is international, basically, competitiveness also. We as a shipping industry, we cannot work in isolation as in India or any country, because ships fly from one port, one country to the other country. So this entire rule makings, this takes place at the IMO level. From IMO level, then this all flows to the various countries. In India, Director General of Shipping is the nodal agency who controls this. Whatever the conventions are formed, adopted at the IMO level, they all are finally adopted by Indian system, and they are basically put into, there is a act, Merchant Shipping Act. In fact, this act is under basically going on through thorough overhaul. Currently, this is some more new conventions are being adopted, and this proposal is also with the current session of the Parliament. Now, as far as the shipping is concerned, when we discuss about this oil spills, there are two possibilities. One is the operational pollution, other is the accidental. On the operational fronts, I'll give you some what this industry is doing to prevent the oil pollution. At the design stage of the ships, there are various measures put in the place. Right, as I said, one of the things is the double hull for the cargo space and double protection for the bunker space also. Then there are various mechanisms, there are various machineries inside the ships, so that by operational means nothing goes without monitored, and it should not exceed the permitted limits. We have a huge engine room on the ship where 99% machineries are located. Machineries run. Naturally, there will be some oil, water mixture will get generated because of some minor leakage here and there. But this is permitted only, we can discharge this overboard through OWS. Oil water monitoring system is there, and there are limits defined by IMO and the Director General of Shipping. So this is the one of the main tool to avoid any operational pollution during the day-to-day operation. Similarly, for the cargo space, sometimes we have to do the tank cleaning, and when we change over the grade, say from one particular grade of the refined product to other product, tank cleaning is required. The tank cleaning is normally done by this with the seawater. Again, this most of the time this is given to the shore reception facilities, so there is no chance of any pollution. But this discharge of whatever the after settling time, oil floats on top, down below whatever the water remains in the tanks, that is also permitted to discharge, and there is a separate dedicated monitoring system that is called ODMCS on board. This all the equipments, all the design, periodic surveys, this is done by IMO certified surveyor, and in India this job is given to various MMDs, and these MMDs are under director control of Director General of Shipping. So this is as far as the operational of the ships. So entire shipping industry, including Indian ships, they are all well designed, they are well built, and they are very well surveyed, and most of the important is they are well manned also. All the seafarers on board, they are specifically trained to handle this kind of equipments to carry these oil products. There is a specific training for each and every, say for gas carrier, we have got a separate training. For oil tankers, we have got a dedicated separate certification. So the vessels are very well equipped and they are safely manned also. Now, when we come to the question of accidental pollution, see, we are running such a huge maritime industry. In India, we have got nearly 1,500 ships. Nearly 21 million deadweight is the size of our fleet. Further, nearly 85% of crude oil which comes into India, that is being transported on foreign flag vessels. As in India, we do not have sufficient tonnage. So you can imagine with this at a given time in Indian ports and in Indian waters, how many vessels are there which may be potential source for oil pollution. Now, when the industry is running, traffic is there out at sea also, sometimes accidents take place. Now this comes the preparedness to deal with the oil pollution. On board, we have got a specific plan to deal with this. This is called basically SOAP up. ship operational preparedness emergency plan. This is in case any pollution take place because of operational region or the accident regions. Then this plan comes in picture, and there are specified duties are there that what all actions to be initiated from the ship side. One of the action in case of Indian context, our Indian Coast Guard is a nodal agency to deal with all pollutions. So one of the key action, the first action from the ship staff is to inform the nearest Coast Guard station. They get into action. Local port authority vessel is in port, they also come into action. And at this stage, what is our emergency preparedness to deal with the oil pollution? That is tested, and this is a most important aspect for any port, any state, or any country. Accidents will not happen every day, but whenever it happens, they will be of serious nature. I'll show some of the photographs, what has happened in this maritime industry, and they are little scary also, but I'll share with them. Now, as far as this preparedness for emergency, I discussed with you. Now, this double hull concept also I have discussed with you. There are various conventions under which this entire industry is working. There is a IMO convention called MARPOL, Marine Pollution, and this MARPOL covers entire international shipping. There are 6 annexes into this. The first annex deal with the oil pollution, second is with the harmful, third is then with the noxious substances, garbage, sewage, and it includes this air pollution also. So as far as the shipping is concerned, we are not only concerned with the oil pollution part, we are concerned for all form of pollutions. Currently, IMO is vigorously working on this various NOx and SOx emission controls. From January 23, we have got a new regulations coming. All existing ships which are today in operation, they all are classified under various categories A, B, C, D, E. And basically, overall objective is to how to improve their efficiency. That how much energy in form of bunker is consumed to transport a cargo per ton per nautical mile. So this is going on, and all the ship owners are basically completely confused at this stage that what all measures they can take and what will be the future form of bunkers. Today morning also we were discussing this, that will be the future. Oil is just, everybody is talking 2030, maybe some few more years. Then hydrogen, then we have got LNG which is already in use, and there are some biofuels also coming in picture. So as a shipping industry, including IMO, including Indian government, DG Shipping, everybody is trying to find the solution on this. So I'd like to show some more photographs on this, that in case of accidents, what can be the basically. You can see this oil tanker. This is the single hull tanker. This is 1979 July incident. 2 tankers gets collided, and now you can see this entire tanker is full of crude and the fire. So what will happen to the ecology and the sea around it? Just to give you a little idea how big are the ships, there are the very large crude carrier, and they can carry crude up to 230,000 metric ton. Their length of the ships is nearly 240 meters, depth is nearly 60 meters, width is also around 65 to 70 meters. So they are very, very big ships. If something goes wrong, they are big bombs basically. So countries, company, port, their emergency preparedness for oil pollution or any kind of pollution comes for testing. And this, whenever the pollution of this kind takes place, pollution will not confine to only one country boundary. So there is an urgent need, and this is the basically objective from IMO also, the regional cooperations among the neighboring countries in case anything goes wrong, then this all should cooperate to contain the overall objective. This is one more example. This is a tanker, and you can see it's already half of it is sunk, and you can see the fire. 79 million gallons of light crude oil. This has happened in 1983 August. This is one of the, again, this happened in USA. After this only, this double hull tanker concept was adopted by IMO. In 1991, 230,000 tons of cargo. Everything goes to the sea basically. 1991 explosion took place, and entire crude, some of it get burned, some of it goes to the sea. This is the British BP oil rigs in US waters. This is very recent, 2010. And you can see the casualties down below, how it has impacted the entire maritime industry. And some of the companies, basically, they get wiped out. This happened in Mumbai, MSC Chitra. I'm sure some of you must be remembering this. Our system struggled for months together. But after that, a lot of improvement has happened in our system. And India as a country, and especially under guidance of the Coast Guard, our system is much, much better prepared today. This is an accident which has taken place off Kamarajar Port. This has happened 2017. Luckily, there was not much of oil pollution in this case. This is a very recent 2020, one of the bulk carrier of Mauritius coast. This got agrounded on one of the reef. And this is bulk carrier. It does not carry the crude as a cargo. Only the bunker, which is as a fuel, that got spilled. And you can see the around area, especially waters in Mauritius. You know how clean and how eco-sensitive it is. So these were the few photographs which I thought it is important I share with you. Emergency preparedness, coming to that, Indian Coast Guard is our nodal agency. There are 3-tier system working on this. And in case of any oil pollution takes place, one is the dealing, that how this cleaning will be done, how it will be contained, how we can minimize the impact on human life, on the overall ecology. But finally, somebody has to pay this. There is a IMO convention, IMO Fund Convention 1969, and there are huge reserves kept for such kind of eventualities. So finally, money through insurance and through P&I clubs, it is paid from these funds. So with this all, I just would like to say once again, this as a shipping company, we all are basically design-wise, operation-wise, and manning-wise, we all have prepared well, but finally, whenever any accident takes place, the entire, in case of any major oil pollution, then responsibility to contain and minimize the damage, this responsibility shifts to, in case of India, Indian Coast Guard. So, and there is already convention which is under ratification. In case pollution takes place outside Indian waters, India has not signed this convention yet. That is also under parliamentary discussion today. So hope that also come in picture, so that in case some water pollution takes place just outside our maritime boundaries, then that also can be, Indian government and Indian Coast Guard can act on this, and this also can be controlled. So with this, thank you very much, everyone.